they had him. I was always targeting him in the later round. I love him. I'm gonna get Laviska Shenault. I'm going to spend like $6 to $7, $6 to $7. I think he's worth it, and he could be a good stash on your bench, and then later on he can become a flex play. The next guy is Allen Lazard. Like, everybody on Twitter was going crazy about Allen Lazard, but we knew this guy was talented. We wanted to know how Green Bay was going to use their wide receivers, what they were going to do. Aaron Rodgers. We always wonder who his second wide receiver was to Devontae Adams. So I'm hoping this is it. I'm hoping this is it, or Marcus Valdes-Scantling, one of the two, MVS. But Lazard probably Rodgers' favorite right now. Lazard caught all 4 of his targets for 63 yards and a touchdown, and he made some really good conversion on third down. So Rodgers really likes him, and he can keep him. He could be a wide receiver 3 in a flex play in the league. I'll play him in a favorable matchup. Last week was definitely favorable because Minnesota Vikings defense, the secondary is horrible. The next guy I want to talk about is Scotty Miller, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Now, tell me if this doesn't sound familiar. Short, slot wide receiver. They picked him up from the local Walmart. Bag boy. Scotty Miller got 6 targets. He hauled in 5 of his 6 targets for 73 yards. And he could have had another big game, but he dropped a deep pass that would have pushed his number even higher. But he's facing the Panthers coming up. We saw what the Raiders did. If the Raiders can do what they did, I have confidence Tampa Bay can do what they can against the Panthers. So give me Scotty Miller, maybe start him in a flex spot, but add him for like $4 to $5, It just depends how desperate you are at wide receiver. The next guy, I already kind of talked about him, MVS, Marcus Valdes-Scantling, Green Bay Packers. In the offseason, we heard all the praises. MVS was getting the praises from Aaron Rodgers. He looked good in practice. He was the MVP of practices, and it paid off. He hauled in 4 of his 6 targets for 96 yards and a touchdown, and the Packers win over the Vikings. Excuse me. He does have drop problem, and that's his issue right now. He had 2 bad drops that could have pushed him for over 100 yards. He just commanded 13.6 of his target share, and he got a whopping 31.7 of the team's air yard on 6 flugs. I mean, to give you an idea, Devontae Parker led the team in air yard percentage with over 42%, but on 17 targets. So MVS definitely has a role in here. I think he should do great. This week, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be week to week. You have to pick your spot, but for right now, I think I'm gonna play him because he's facing the Lions defense. I mean, they're missing 2 cornerbacks. There's the rookie Okuda is out. He didn't play last week. Trufant got hurt. That Trubisky can do it, and Rodgers can do it. Okay, tight end. Now, this is how I do tight end, guys. I do streaming tight ends, and I do tight ends that I just want to add on my team. Now, it's not a mystery. I've been hyping up this guy since, I don't know, so long. It just, off season, I said Logan Thomas. He was my Darren Waller of the year. So, I definitely like him. Logan Thomas, the Washington football team tight end. He got a lot of work, a lot of target, and that's what we look for. We look for touchdown for our tight ends too. He got targeted in the red zone. It looked like he's the clear-cut guy there. Logan Thomas is a very sneaky ad. You can add him everywhere basically. He's available. Definitely love Logan Thomas. So Logan Thomas. He's also a good streamer this week versus the Cardinals. So I definitely like him there. That was Goddard, the GOAT. I don't know how to say his name. But I like that was Goddard. Definitely would take him. If he's available on your waiver wires, go ahead and feel free to add him. Chris Herndon's another guy I want to add right now. With Le'Veon Bell being out, Chris Herndon should be getting a lot of targets and stuff, so I'm excited to add him. All these guys, I would drop like $8 to $6. You know, I wouldn't spend too much money, but add them if they're available. Obviously, Dallas Goedert, I don't think he's going to be available in you guys' league, but if he is, add him because he's like a handcuff, but also in a great spot right now. Another tight end to target that you might want to stream if you're very, very desperate is Tyler Eifert versus the Tennessee Titans. Noah Fant just carved him up for 16 points. I think Eifert can do at least 10 points against them, but I like Eifert versus the Titans, but you got to be very, very, desperate. Defense I want to stream this week are the Los Angeles Rams versus the Eagles, if they're available. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Panthers. Arizona Cardinals versus the Washington football team. The Washington football team versus the Cardinals. And the Browns versus the Bengals. Now, this week, streaming defense is really ugly, but if the Titans defense are magically out there versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, add them. But I would play those other defense that I mentioned right now. I really like most of those defense, but one defense I'm looking forward to, like the next couple of weeks. I always do this in all my leagues. I get prepared 1 week ahead with defense. So the defense that I'm looking forward to in the next couple of weeks, if I feel like I have my defense locked in a bench spot, or I just whatever, I just want to add, like I have a roster spot available, so I'll add a second defense. It's a coach defense. I want to stash them. Week 3 matchup against the Jets, and the Jets are horrible, so I think the coach defense should do good against them. I would definitely, pick him up right now so that you can play him next week, but definitely like him. Now we're going to talk about some players that I want to trade for. The first player I want to trade for is Preston Williams. If Devontae Parker is out for a good time, Preston Williams can vault to a wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3. I think Preston Williams is a real deal. He was just having some problems in college, some off-field stuff, but definitely like him. Okay. DK Metcalf. Okay, so this is a combo package. This is what I'm trading for. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson. I want to get my hands on some of those guys. Like, I want to see their prices and stuff and probably trade for them. Obviously, it's going to be expensive right now. It's going to be expensive right now. Preston Williams, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson. But those 3 guys of the Seattle Seahawks, you want to target them. You want to see their prices. Don't pay too much for them. But if it's like maybe a 1 for 2, then I would consider it, and I would add guys on the waiver wire. Now, another guy I want to talk about is Cam Akers. Everybody's going to hate him right now. Everybody's going to be down on him. They're going to see the Malcolm Brown breakout. I'm not a believer. Like, I get it. I know I suggested him for a waiver wire ad, but it's more of a waiver ad for just a short time because I think Cam Akers is going to take over that role. Cam Akers broke the second most tackles, and he only got 15 carries. So to give you an idea, this week, that's pretty good. Josh Jacobs was number 1. Cam Akers this week, I want to try to trade for Cam Akers in a lot of my leagues, but with the Michael Thomas injury news, I'm targeting Jared Cook and Emmanuel Sanders. Yeah, Sanders. I'm going to try to get them, buy low on them. I don't think people sell them too low, but Jared Cook last year, he did great when Thomas was out those couple games, but if Thomas, no, he was injured, or what was it? Kamara, when Kamara was out. And if Thomas is out, Jared Cook going to get a lot of inside slant. So I love Jared Cook. I'm going to try to go add him in a couple of leagues, try to trade for him. Sanders, obviously the volume is going to go to him as a wide receiver. Gladys, you asked, Lost Marlon Mack available, Nyheim Hines or Malcolm Brown. I'm going Nyheim Hines. I always go for upside PPR, and Philip Rivers learning to feed his wide receivers and his running back, his pass catching running back. Like I said, Malcolm Brown, he's still in a committee, and Darrell Henderson's going to come back and he's going to make it even muddier. I don't mind Malcolm Brown, just add him, write it out, but I honestly think there's a reason why I said buy Cam Akers right now, trade for him. My number one guy I want to trade for, and I don't care if I'm going to pay up for it. I will pay the penny for him. It's Jonathan Taylor. I would pay for Jonathan Taylor right now. There's only probably 6 running backs that I think I would put in front of him. It would be CMC, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, Kamara, DEH, Dalvin, and that's it. After that, it's the JT show, baby. Jonathan Taylor all day, every day. I'm going hard at JT. I was drafting him everywhere, so I have a couple of leagues I don't have him, and I'm going to try to trade for him. Now, these are the players I want to sell now. I want to trade them away. I don't want nothing to do with them. I just don't believe their value is going to get any better. Nick Chubb. If I had Nick Chubb and I didn't have Jonathan Taylor, I would add Nick Chubb and like a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 to get Jonathan Taylor. Because I don't believe Nick Chubb value is going to hold any first-round value this year. Kareem Hunt is there. It's going to take away a lot of volume from him, a lot of value. Just try to sell Nick Chubb while you can. Probably people are not going to like what they saw week 1. Maybe you get a little bite. I don't know. But try to trade Nick Chubb away right now. The second guy is Raheem Mostert. Mostert, he got the start. And well, I don't know if he got a start, but he got the majority of the carries, the majority of the usage. But that was because Tevin Coleman, even a beat writer, said that Mostert got most of the volume because they were worried about Tevin Coleman's sickle cell. So he kind of, just didn't get that much work. He didn't get that much playing time. So Mostert was obviously a sell high candidate. If we got to sell him before they go back to a committee. You guys saw Jared McKinnon got involved. Just imagine when Tevin Coleman gets they do like a 40-40-20 split. I would sell Mostert right now. I would try my hardest. I would give a wide receiver 2 and Mostert to get Jonathan Taylor. That's how high I am on Jonathan Taylor. Now the last one is an obvious sell. It's the sell I do every year. It's like every year I stand in front of my house and I hold a sign and I said, Sammy Watkins, death, taxes, and apparently Sammy Watkins producing week 1 are the guaranteed for getting our life, But I would definitely trade Sammy Watkins away as fast as I can. I don't want Sammy Watkins on my team. We know he's great in week 1 and that's it. All right, guys, that is it for this week. Waiver Wire War Room Week 2. Add me on Twitter, the Fantasy G Pod. Join my Facebook group, the Fantasy G Podcast, the DFS Roundtable / FanDuel and DraftKings. And we're gonna do this every week. We're gonna add all these players. We're gonna trade for players. We're gonna sell players. We're trying to win a championship here. We're trying to create a winning environment. We are going to make the championship. And when we get there, we're going to hold a belt over our head. We're going to hold a trophy. We're going to go to the strip club with all the money we made. We're going to win. Well, that's it, Future Champs. Into week 3. Hope you all win your waiver wire claim.